Good morning. Morning, everybody. Hope everybody's well. Happy Friday. Who's in the room? Ash, Efo, Dill. Hope everybody is well. And your trading is going okay. Right. I'm a little bit blurry again, am I? Why is that happening? Bit blurry. There we go. Okay. Let's get into it. What I'll do is we'll go through the markets. Quite a lot of things for me to look at today. I'm not sure if a lot pertinent for today, but we'll have a look anyway. Possibly more so for next week, but a few nice things that I do like. And then we'll go into the random raffle. The random raffle for the winner. So I've kind of... We'll do this mid-month because I think it's good to do 2 weeks and then 2 weeks. So I'll put in all the names in here. And as I said in my message, a $50 trade, a free $50 trade. You keep 50% of the winnings. We put 50% back into the account and kind of grow that stake as we go along. So I think it's quite cool. I think it's a good game, good little game to do. And let's do that. We'll do that at the end. Morning, Nick. Morning, Nash. Okay, let's get into the markets. The plan, yeah, I know. That was actually unintentional, to be honest. I still need to do this area. So this area here is going to be my YouTube area. I still need to do that. Don't know what I'm going to do. I've got a few more lights coming today. But yeah, it's coming along. You want a percentage for the game? You stole my game. Yeah. Actually, I think it was Ash's idea, wasn't it? Well, anyway, yours and Ash's idea. I certainly stole it, and I'm not giving you any money for it. So let's see. Yeah, I mean, if you get a 10R, maybe it ends up being like the Simplicity Trading Account, right? Maybe ultimately I might end up giving it away to somebody. But we've got to win trades first, right? That's the first and foremost. We've got to win some trades first. And what I'll do, so if you do win it, I'll give you, let's say you just get a month. We'll just give you a month, and you can pick your trade. At any time within that month. It's got to be before the next winner is announced. I'll add the account onto my phone because obviously I'll have to do the execution, right? So if I'm away from the charts, just send me through like the position sizing so I know it's correct and I'm not risking $200 on the trade. But you just have to private message me when you want to take the trade, and send me all the details and we'll do it. Let's grow it. Let's get some big RRs. Let's do some big RRs. Okay, markets. We are getting a reaction here, SPX. SPX is on my list. Initial basing structure in this corrective. Can look for a aggressive entry up in here on this pullback. Still risk off, obviously, for me right now. That can change, but looking at this to come back down and continue in this downtrending environment, as the technicals do say. That's what it's telling me. Markets are down. Continuation for that. Morning, Leon. So yeah, looking for an aggressive entry somewhere in here on this pullback, or a potential break to the downside. But it's still in pullback. Do I think the pullback can continue today from a 4-hour perspective? Yeah, it can. That would be my technical bias as pullback continuation today and possibly a drop coming into next week. But don't discount. Markets obviously fall a lot faster. It can move. So keep an eye on that index for your reason to potentially buy that yen, potentially buy that Swiss. We'll go into the dollar as well, but against those risk-on currencies. So markets are down. Just in pullback phase. Dollar is down as well. We are continuing. We had a slight pullback here. From a daily perspective, correction continues. Correction continues here. I don't see any reason, RTE, no reason to enter the dollar longs yet. My bias is dollar long. But we're just in pullback mode. There is some strength to the pullback as well. There's a bit of strength coming in here yesterday. That's certainly a bearish day. So, if we do take our impulse from here, whether that's factually correct or not, but If we do take this as initial impulse, then, you know, pulling back to around that 40, 60, dollar does like the 50, continuation, that would make sense for me. So dollar pullback, a bit of dollar weakness I would expect coming in. Smaller time frames dictate that as well. We could get a complex here. Continuation, but watch that chart. Break underneath the lows, continuation. If you do get a push, you could be looking at entries, selling the dollar up in here if the market tells you. And obviously, we don't know what's going to happen, so we could do this. We're just giving our best guess. Dollar pullback, continuation. Okay, setups today. So as I said, quite a lot to look at here. We'll go through the breakout retest first. Bitcoin is doing what we thought it would do, or doing what I thought it would do yesterday. I did say from a daily perspective, it might need a little bit more. So we're getting that. We've got our initial structure here. This is all good for the potential setup. Looking for this to come down, breakout, retest. If we do get the price action we want, that daily again begins to, you know, continue to digest that move it's had to the downside for continuation shorts in Bitcoin. I did think about this as an aggressive. I don't think it's very clean. It's not really. I know what I like with the aggressive, and it wasn't quite there on this particular candle. But ultimately, looking at Bitcoin shorts, continuation of that downtrend. Euro yen is still okay. Euro yen is still okay. You know, I didn't think it would move as much to the upside as it has, but that's kind of irrelevant. It's okay for me. Still in this correction phase or secondary structure phase from our cup with handle, our basing structure. Looking for this to come down. Kind of want this to come down today, and make this pattern quite clean for a breakout retest continuation to the downside. If the SPX continues to pull back, this will probably continue, I think. In which case the pattern becomes a wee bit messy and I don't take it, but I would certainly like this to come down relatively soon for a potential breakout retest on Euro Yen. Pound Yen, very much a similar vein. There's actually, I was looking at this as well. There's actually an argument here, but I don't think there's not enough confluence there for me to take it to the upside from a daily perspective. 4 hour, you can look at it here, right? But I think I would be, right now, happier looking at pound yen shorts rather than longs. So from that perspective, we've got our structure here. One structure, looking at our corrective phase here. Want this to come down relatively soon to complete that pattern, breakout retest on pound yen. Pound New Zealand. Pound New Zealand, it's still in a nice position, right? I still like the idea of, in terms of the potential of this trade. Okay, buying the New Zealand, it could be a good hedge play here with all the kind of mostly risk-off pairs on the watch list. But the pattern is there, right? The pattern is there, and I like, you know, I do like a bit of mess, and we've kind of got that. So breakout retest on pound New Zealand. I like the idea of it, you know, and if we do get into it where potential pullback complete here from this latest impulse, right, it is digested and it could move if we do get a good handle on it. So I like the idea of that pound New Zealand. Breakout retest from this area. There's enough there. There's enough there, and it's also it's against the pound as well. So there's enough there to potentially take that short. Pound Kiwi. USD Mexican. USD Mexican is potentially there as well. All these patterns are quite similar. Same premise as the other yen pairs. We're looking for this to come down today to complete this pattern. Breakout retest USD Mexican. From a daily perspective, with the dollar weakening off, it's kind of irrelevant to this particular pair, but I like where it is on the daily for trend continuation from this impulse corrective, breaking through this key area on the daily chart or anchor to the corrective. And it's not extended. It's got some good movement here. USD Mexican, I like where it is. 4 hours good, had the retest of this area, looking for a breakout retest, continuation down. USD Mexican. USD SEK is also these are all very similar, right? These are all very similar. This is counter trend though. This is counter trend, but we've got our confluence here, right? In this particular outside bullish engulfer underneath the 20 now. A little bit of momentum to the downside, a little bit of bearish sentiment coming in on this daily chart. At this not key area, but at this anchor on the 4 hour here, which we are looking to break through. Again, 4 hour chart. The argument in terms of that head and shoulders is there for continuation or counter trend shorts. And our pattern is that V reversal pullback. I would like a little bit more in here. A wee bit more in here would be nice. Breakout, retest, move to the downside. That's what I'm looking for every single one of these breakout retests. Is pretty much the same, pretty much very similar. Okay, let's have a check on the most boring trade I've probably ever been on. Pound Aussie. So Pound Aussie, I'm still in it. Shocker. It's basically at break even still. Decent price action over Asia. We're kind of getting a possible rising pattern here. You're rising 3. Volume signature isn't perfect with that. You know, we're again, I'm not a big fan of trend lines, but it's probably good to look at here. We do get the accelerated trend line. We're possibly getting this accelerated trend line in this possible smaller wedging structure. I still like it long. You know, I still like it long. I can. If this goes today, for example, if this goes today, I'll probably take the daily breakout as well. I don't think I'm going to get it on the 4 hour. And I think if we get up, right, and if we tag this and we test this area again, I think we go now. I do think we go. So if we can get some bullish momentum over London, oh yeah, Euro Swiss, that was a boring one. Euro Swiss, yeah, that was, but yeah, this is longer than that, I think. And then Euro Swiss went boom, dropped. So if we can get the same thing here when it goes boom, then I'll be very happy. But I still like it long, you know, and that's again without the bias of I'm in this trade. If I was looking at this and I wasn't in this trade, I would say, yeah, it looks pretty good for continuation, counter trend or a break to the upside if we break through this area. So Pound Aussie, I'm still in. EuroCAD shorts, these are breakouts. EuroCAD. Here, I don't think I'll be looking for an aggressive at the moment. We're looking for this to come back down, something like this, a little bit of accumulation, break to the downside on EuroCAD, continuing with that downtrend, which has been happening time and time again. So we are possibly in what we've seen quite often before in this climactic fake out movement back down. EuroCAD, oil relatively strong. I just, you know, in terms of an aggressive, I know what the euro's like, right? So unless we get a really nice, potentially a really nice catalyst somewhere around that 200, if you get your, you know, this, right, or something like that, or certainly some bearish momentum, then I would think about it. Because of how the characteristics of the euro is. It's just not quite ready yet in terms of EuroCAD. I think it would be a good aggressive short. Just, I need to be comfortable with it, and I'm not massively comfortable with shorting that right now, EuroCAD. Aussie yen. God, I haven't talked about this many pairs in ages. Aussie yen at B wave. Looking at break here, V reversal in. Price action is getting a little bit messy. Need this to come down. Give us our accumulation, the same thing, day in, day out, for a break to the downside, buying the yen, selling the Aussie, risk off, makes sense, continuation, breakout, Aussie yen down. Euro NZD longs, which I think is probably coming off a wee bit now. So I was looking for this at B wave, come down, but if we break through here, I know you could say this is an ABC, but it kind of negates the pattern. So what I could look for then, if we do create B wave within an ABC here, is potentially a smaller setup in this area. But if we do continue a little bit of downward movement, then I would have to take that off. But originally I was looking at this area. It just seems like this wants to fall a little bit. So Euro NZD, probably not one I'll be watching unless it shifts. And finally, the German 30. The German 30. In here, looking at longs, we don't have the confluence just yet. We do have that V reversal. I'm looking at to digest this outside engulfer here. And if we get the setup we want, it probably will. I know this is a counter trend idea to the upside, but I think it's good to have because although you're probably thinking short, it doesn't have to happen. You know, we have two hedge plays here in terms of pound New Zealand shorts. Whether that's a massive hedge play, probably not. But this coming back up for a break to the upside on the German 30 with that V reversal on the daily. I always do like the idea of buying indexes. You know, I do just with the historical bias and the historical trend kind of on your side. I know whether that makes sense or not. For me, it does. But essentially, I'll be looking for price action like this, break from this area here on the German 30. Right, you got all that? This is why you need the watch list, because I'll forget everything I need to look at. Sometimes I'll put a star. If I've got a watch list this big, you know, with pound New Zealand, I'll probably put a little star here saying closer for today. USD SEK I think is a little bit closer, just so I know what I'm really looking for, because you can get a little bit. I don't really want to be checking 20, well, how many charts is a year? 5, 6, 12 charts all the time. But anyway, things to look at. Right. Anything you guys want me to look at before we do our random waffle? Any questions? I've got a bachelor party tomorrow, so wish me luck. Not mine. So I'll probably will be out of action all weekend. No? All right. Well, let's do the waffle then. Okay, so I've got most of everybody's name. Let's make sure I have everyone here. I've done everybody's name that is usually active in the community, around the community. So I think we've got 20 people in here. I'll make sure I've not put in anybody twice, actually. Yeah. That'll be the stag tomorrow, Leon. I'm pretty sure they've got a little dress when he's playing golf. I'll let you type Amira before I get into it. I'll make sure I've got nobody twice. Omar, Ifo, AJ, Aaron, Ryan, John, Griffey, Darren, Silver, Leon. There we go. No? Okay. Okay, I'm out. Not ready, I don't get proper strategy. Oh, you don't want to be in it? Okay. No problem. No problem, Amira. No problem. Okay, let's see. Let's go. Who's going to be the first $50 winner? Oh, it was almost me. Oh. Ash, I thought you were going to get it. Martin. I know he's not here. He'll be sleeping in the US. That would actually have been fitting if you won that, Ash. So, Martin. Martin, you got the first trade on the $50. I'll send you a PM. Let's go. Let's start it. Let's hope for a big winner. So close, yeah. Okay. No questions. Anything else you want me to look at, guys? As I said, I don't know what's going to happen with GA. Probably just leave this. Just let it be. Whatever happens. I'm fed up of looking at it and seeing nothing happen. But yeah. Have a good day. Remember to trade safe. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you all on Monday. Peace.